guys, welcome to my final Pokemon opinion video, for now. If there's a Generation 9, then I'll definitely make a Generation 9 video. Same for if there's any other generations introduced. So, I'll get started. First of all, I'm going to say that I haven't played Gen 8 for a while now, and there is a reason for that. I was playing Shield, and I finished it. I was trying to capture more Pokemon to fill up the Pokedex, doing raid battles and all that, and one day after transferring my Boltund and Noivern into the box system, I returned to find that they'd completely vanished, and I have no idea why. I hadn't released them. I hadn't put them into the Pokejobs thing. I hadn't traded them away. I hadn't done any of those things. And obviously I was pretty upset about it because, you know, with Pokemon on your team, you kind of get a bit attached to them, don't you? I got in touch with both Nintendo and Game Freak, both of which weren't very helpful. They just basically were just blaming each other for what happened. And so yeah, that's put me off from playing Sword and Shield, to be quite honest, which is a shame because I enjoyed playing Shield up until that point. But yeah, that doesn't mean I dislike any of the Pokemon though, as you're about to find out. There are some very well designed Pokemon in the games. Haven't really played the DLC, so any of the Pokemon that are just in the DLC, I probably won't have much of an opinion on. I'll just judge them based on how they look, rather than any experience using them, because obviously I'll have had no experience using them. So yeah. But first we're going to start with regional variants, starting with Galerion Meowth up to Stunfisk. So let's get started on those. Galerion Meowth, I think, looks absolutely awful. I think it and its evolution are supposed to be based off Vikings. I'm not keen on Galerion Meowth. Galerion Ponyta. As I've said before, I love Galerion Ponyta. It's really adorable. It looks like bubblegum. I just love its colours. It's just so pretty. I love it. I love it more than its evolution. But I still love both of them. But Galerion Ponyta is just beautiful. Galerion Ponyta is just beautiful. I love it. Rapidash. Galerion Rapidash. Galerion Rapidash is like a unicorn. And unicorns are cool. Galerion Slowpoke. Yeah, I think it's very derpy looking, like Cantonian Slowpoke. I don't mind it though. But I do agree that it's shiny makes it look a bit like Homer Simpson. I don't love it, but I don't hate it. It's just one of those Pokemon that's in the middle for me, really. Galarian Slowbro. It's kind of weird for me, this one. I don't mind it. I like it more than Galarian Slowking. It kind of looks like he's just noticed that the thing's on his arm, and he's like, oh, yeah, it's okay. I don't mind it. Don't love it, don't hate it. Same feelings as Slowpoke. It's alright. Galarian Farfetch'd. It just looks like regular Farfetch'd, but more angry and a darker colour and with a bigger leak. I do think that it and Surfetch'd should have been the flying type as well, since they're both birds, but apparently they can't fly. But it doesn't mean it can't be a bird. It doesn't mean it can't be a flying type. There are a few birds out there that can't fly. I mean, the dodo couldn't fly. Ostriches and penguins can't fly either. No reason for them not to make it a flying type. but it's, in my opinion, it's okay. I mean, it is different from regular Farfetch'd, but it's okay. Galerion Wheezing. I don't like Galerion Wheezing. It's weird to me. It's like they tried to make Wheezing look like a Victorian gentleman. They even added smoke to it to make it look like it had mustaches, and one of them even has eyebrows. It's just weird. In all sense of the word, it's weird. It's odd to me. Also, why does it have the fairy typing? It literally makes no sense. Galerion Mr. Mime. I don't mind it as much as other Mr. Mime. It doesn't look creepy, which is one of the reasons I didn't like regular Mr. Mime. It just looks happy and when the tap dance and everything. Though the ice typing is only obvious because it's blue. I don't know. I don't mind it. Alright, the legendary birds. First of all, I don't see why they had to make regional variant versions of the three birds. Just didn't feel necessary to me. Articuno. Galerian Articuno just looks really creepy. I don't really like it. The colour scheme's nice, but was it really needed? Galerian Zapdos. Apparently it's flying and fighting. It's Zapdos. Zap as in electricity. It's supposed to be indicating an electric type, but it's not an electric type. That's just weird. I don't understand. In terms of its design, it's okay. I don't know. Moltres. Galerian Moltres. This is probably my least favourite out of the three. In terms of its design. I mean, it just looks really demonic, terrifying, like it's gonna eat you. The flames are cool, but I don't really like it. Galerian Slowking. Honestly, it looks absolutely terrifying. I thought they were going to go somewhere completely different with this, but it just looks incredibly creepy. I don't like it. I like its cape, but that's probably the only thing I like about it. Galerian Corsola. Very sad looking. It's okay. I kind of wish they'd kept the rock typing with it, but yeah, it still has like coral coming off it, so maybe they should have just kept the rock typing as well. I don't mind it. It's okay. Galerian Zigzagoon. I really like this line. Galerian Zigzagoon looks really cool. It stands out. It looks really badass. If you didn't know, the Galerian Zigzagoon line are based off the band Kiss, and yeah, I really like Galerian Zigzagoon. It's still kind of cute, but intimidating at the same time, which I kind of like. Galerian Linoon. It looks more like a badger now, and more ferocious, which I like about it. I really like it. Darumaka. Galerian Darumaka. It's kind of cute and cool. I like it. Galerian Manaten. It's kind of weird looking, not gonna lie. I don't understand why it has a massive snowball on its head, and it kind of looks a bit derpy, but I don't mind it. I do prefer Unova Darmanitan, but that's just me. Zen Mode Galerian Darmanitan. It looks like something off Mario, if I'm perfectly honest. Apparently it's actually relatively strong, but I've never had the chance to use it. It's kind of cool, but it's like a snowman with a face, looks like a Mario character face, and with weird arms poking out, and a flame poking out the snowman's nose. It's kind of odd, but I don't mind it. I do prefer the other Zen mode form though. Galerian Yamask. It's kind of cool. I kind of like it. Stunfisk. Galerion Stunfisk. I feel the same way about this Stunfisk that I feel about regular Stunfisk. I don't like it. I don't like it. It's just weird and derpy, and it's even more weird now. It's a bear trap now, and it has a Pokeball as its mouth nose thing, and it's just, it's weird. It's too much of a mess for me. There's too much going on with its main part of its body. Just, I don't like it. It's also very annoying when you come across one. Now the new Galerian Pokemon. Okay, here we go. Grookey. Grookey is adorable. I love Grookey. So cute. And monkeys are cool. Thwackey. Isn't the best. Thwackey is alright. Rillaboom. It's alright. Not my favourite final stage Pokemon, but it's alright. I do think the jump to dark green was a bit much, but that's just me. Scorbunny. Scorbunny is probably my favourite of all the Galarian starters. It is absolutely adorable. I just love its little cute face, its little ears. And I started with Scorbunny. That's probably why I like it the most. And I saw art around the internet of it, and I was like, I'm gonna have Scorbunny. It's so cute. Raboot. Raboot is kind of like a ninja. That's also a rabbit, which is kind of random, but I kind of like it. Cinderace. Cinderace is really cool and badass. It's basically a rabbit footballer. Its design is very, very cool. It's cool, but also looks friendly at the same time, which I really like about it. I like Cinderace. Sobble. Sobble is adorable, and you just want to hug it, because it cries a lot. Poor baby. Anyway, I like it. Drizzile. Drizzile is alright. Inteleon. Inteleon's okay. I don't know. I just find the transition through the stages a bit odd. It's alright. Not my favourite at all. I do feel they could have done something different with the Sobble line, but I don't dislike Inteleon. I mean, maybe if I'd used one, I'd probably appreciate it more. I don't know. It's alright. Scovert. Scovert is very cute. It's a squirrel. I like squirrels. I like it. Greedent. Yeah, Greedent is still kind of cute, but it's Scovert that's gained weight. I kind of like it. Rookie D. Rookie D is very cute and kind of cool. Not my favourite first stage bird Pokemon, but it's alright. Corvisquire. Corvisquire is very cool. I really like it. Corvonite. I used a Corvonite on my team, and it was a lot of fun to use. It is very badass and scary, but I love it. And its shiny form is a nice silver colour, which looks great on it. I like Corvonite. Blipbug. 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 Kind of weird looking, not gonna lie. It's like looking to the side all the time. It's kind of weird. I don't mind it. It's okay. Dottler. Dottler is very, very cute. I like Dottler. It kind of reminds me of the final part of the Crystal Maze, where they have to try and find all these things to put in the boxes. It kind of reminds me of that, the bit on its head. But yeah, I kind of like it. It's kind of weird, but I kind of like it. Orbeetle. Orbeetle is kind of scary looking, but cool at the same time. I like it, though it's not my favourite bug type. Nickit. Nickit is kind of cute and kind of cool, but you can tell it's devious and up to something. It's just one of those Pokemon like Purloin that you can tell that they're planning something, but you don't know what it is. I still like it though. Thievul. I'm not keen on Thievul, if I'm honest. Just don't know why it needs that little moustache and that mask. I mean, I know it's trying to imitate a thief, but I don't really like its design. Gossifleur. Gossifleur is very, very cute. I like it. I love its big flower on its head and all the hair coming off it. That's really cool. I love its big eyes and its little cute little smile. Eldegoss. Eldegoss is okay. It's just like a plant thing with a white circular thing at the back. That looks almost like a Wooloo. But yeah, it's a bit randomly placed, the white thing behind it. Makes no sense. It's just, I don't know. It just doesn't visually make sense to me. I don't like it as much as its pre-evolution, but it's kind of cute. Wooloo. Wooloo is absolutely adorable. I love Wooloo. Sheep are awesome. Wooloo is awesome. I also love its little heart nose and its fluffy body. I love it. Dubwool. I don't like it as much as Wooloo, not gonna lie, but it's kind of cool looking. I kind of like it. Chewtle. Chewtle has a very big mouth. As do I. Yeah, Chewtle's alright. The head's a bit big for the rest of its body, but I do kind of like it. Dreadnought. Dreadnought is okay. I kind of like it. I like it a bit more than Chewtle because it looks a bit cooler. It looks very menacing. And, yeah, I like it. Yamper. Yamper is absolutely adorable. I love it. I just love its cute little face. It's, I just love Yamper. Boltund. Now, as I've probably implied, I really like Boltund. In fact, I became really attached to the one I had. Yeah. Now I'm quite anxious around dogs, but the Boltund line I just fell in love with because they're just so cute. When you're playing with them in Pokemon Camp, they're just the cutest things ever. Boltund is just so awesome. I just love its sleek design. I love Boltund. Boltund is awesome. Yamper has this ability where if you throw a Pokeball and it doesn't capture the Pokemon, it gets it back for you, which is really good. It just saves you loads of money, but it loses that ability upon evolution, which is kind of annoying, but I still love both of them. Roly-Poly. Roly-Poly is alright. It's kind of just a bit of coal with an eye, but it's alright. Carcoal. It's kind of weird for me. It's like a face with lots of coal on its back and a weird body. It's like basically a thing to push coal around with, which is probably what they had in mind when they were creating the evolutionary line. But it just kind of looks weird on Carcoal. I do like how they've added red to the coal to make it look hot. And indicate that it's a fire type as well. I like that. Coalossal. Coalossal kind of gives me Golem and Rhyperior vibes. I do kind of like it. Looks very cool. Applin. Applin is very, very cute. I do like it. I don't quite get how its whole evolutionary line, a dragon type, but I still like it. It's very cute. Also, I also like how their shinies are all green to show like green apples. That was a nice touch. Out of the Applin evolutionary line, I would say Appletun is probably my favourite because it has a certain cuteness about it. I don't know why I think that, but I just think it's kind of cute and like apple pie. But I wouldn't eat it, obviously. Flapple. Flapple is kind of cute. Flapple's kind of cool, but kind of derpy, but in a good way. Yeah, I like Flapple. It looks a bit more like a dragon than Appleton does. Appleton. Yes, I absolutely love Appleton. It is so cute. I had never got the chance to use it on my team, unfortunately, but I do really like it. It looks a bit more like a dinosaur and a dragon mixed into one, which is kind of cute. I like the apple pie thing on its back. That was a nice way of incorporating apples into its design. It looks really cool. I love it. Silicobra, or Silly Cobra as some people like to call it. It's alright, it just looks like a depressed snake. I don't mind it. It's alright. Sandaconda. My Sandaconda don't. My Sandaconda don't. My Sandaconda don't want nothing. Baby. I can't remember the words. Sandaconda. What a funny name. It looks very terrifying based on the look on its face. It's very cool and kind of scary at the same time with that menacing look on its face. I love the patterns on its body. It's kind of cool. Cremerant. Cremerant kind of makes me think of Pelpepper a little bit, but except it's thinner and it's obviously based on a different bird. It looks very derpy. It can spit Pikachu and stuff out of its mouth after using Dive because of its ability, which is kind of cool but kind of an annoying gimmick. It's annoying when you're facing Hop. But yeah, it's alright. It's okay. Arakuda. Arakuda is alright. It doesn't particularly stand out to me, but it's alright. Barraskewda looks more menacing. But again, it doesn't really stand out to me. It's alright as well. I don't mind it. Toxel. Toxel is very, very cute. Toxel is very, very cool. It looks like it's constantly doing a pet lip though, like. But I do really like it. Now, Toxel can evolve into different forms of toxicity based on what its personality is. So online you can find there's a different list of personalities for one form and another list for the other. So there's low-key form and there's amped form. And both forms are very, very cool. I think amped form is probably my favourite. Low-key form is very, very cool. I love the blue burst of electricity coming from it. It looks awesome. It just looks so cool, like it's standing there chilling, but it's going to play some fabulous music. Amped form looks more badass and deadly, like it's telling you to watch out. I love the yellow spikes coming from its body. That's really cool. I love it. Sizzlipede is very cool and kind of cute. I like it. Centiskorch. Centiskorch is very cool. I like Centiskorch. It looks very intimidating, and I love it. I'll come back to Gigantamax forms at some point, because I've realised the reference I'm looking at doesn't seem to list them, which is kind of annoying. Clobberpuss. Clobberpuss is very, very adorable. I love it. It's a little baby octopus with fighting gloves on. I just love it. It looks a little sad thing, but adorable. Grappaloct. Now, I've never used a Grappaloct before, but I like it. It's very cool. Sinistea. Now, this evolutionary line is probably based on English people's general like for tea. In my case, that stereotype is definitely very accurate. Yes, I do like a cuppa. But yes, I'll get back to the Pokemon, shall I? Yeah, Sinistea is very, very cute. I love it. Poltegeist, I see what you did there, Nintendo, is very, very cool and very, very cute as well. Though it is kind of weird seeing a little figure pop out of a teapot. I mean, some people might be put off by that, but I do really, really like it. It's cool. Though apparently there's an antique form of it, like a genuine antique form of it, which I haven't found yet because apparently it's supposed to be really rare. I don't think there's much of a difference between the two forms, to be quite honest. I like Poltegeist. Hatenna is kind of cute. It's kind of it kind of reminds me of Ralts a bit, with its eyes covered and stuff, by hair and things. But I like Hatenna as well. Kind of cute. Hatterene. I like Hatterene more than Hatenna. It's very, very cute. It's like a little girl with a party hat on. I love it. Hatterene is... it's kind of weird for me. I don't know, it's all squished together a bit, I think, in its body. But I don't mind it. It's alright. It's kind of pretty as well. Impidimp. Impidimp is very cool. And I like it. And it's pink, which helps. It looks very mischievous, but I love it. Morgrem looks even more menacing and very cool. It definitely looks like it's up to no good. I like it, but not as much as Impidimp. Grimmsnarl. I'm not a great fan of Grimmsnarl, to be quite honest, but I don't dislike it. It's alright. It looks intimidating, but I don't know how Impidimp ended up evolving into that stage. It's just it's a lot going on there. I don't mind it. It's alright. Obstagoon. Now, Obstagoon was based off Gene Simmons from Kiss, and I've actually read somewhere that he's actually very happy that they made a Pokemon of him. He feels honoured, and he absolutely loves it. I have heard other people not being so pleased about having Pokemon based off them, but Gene Simmons was happy about it. He was cool about it. You can kind of see the influence there with the black makeup and stuff and the tongue sticking out. It's really cool. I love Obstagoon. I like how it's doing a really cool pose as well. It just looks so badass. Berserker. Berserker is probably one of my least favourite Pokemon. It looks absolutely terrifying. And to me, it's not in a good way. I don't like it. It's like... I don't know. It's the kind of thing I'd see in my nightmares. I mean, I know it's supposed to look intimidating, but I think it would have suited having the dark typing as well as the steel typing. Yeah, I don't get the beard thing and the horns and the... I don't know. I don't like it, personally. It's not for me. I prefer Persian as an evolution to Meowth, really. I know it was based off Vikings, but it's kind of, I don't know, I don't like it. Cursula, like Galerion Corsola, probably should also be a rock type, in my own opinion, but I do kind of like it, even though it looks perpetually sad. I know both of them are based off climate change and how it's kind of ruining the oceans, people not doing anything to help it. I mean, some people not doing anything to help it and making it worse. But I'm not here to discuss political issues. But that's what it's kind of supposed to be. That's what they're both supposed to be based on. No, I really like Cursula. Sirfetch'd. I was pretty surprised to hear that Farfetch'd got an evolution. I wasn't expecting it at all, to be honest. Sirfetch'd is kind of cool. I do like it. I like Sirfetch'd more than Galarian Farfetch'd. It looks, I don't know, it's kind of derpy, but in a cool way, if that makes any sense at all. I like how it now has a leek sword and a leek shield, which is quite fitting with the games. Maybe it should have been the mascot of Sword and Shield. These are the new Pokemon games. Yay. But no, I like Surfetch'd. I always had problems saying its name though. I used to call it Sursetched or or something. I used to get all the words mixed up with it, but then when I've read it over and over again, I think I've finally gotten the gist of saying it right. Forgive me if I've actually said it wrong. But yeah, no, I like Surfetch'd. Mr. Rhyme. Now, unlike Mr. Mime of the old games, I like Mr. Rhyme. I think Mr. Rhyme looks a lot of fun. Looks like he's going to do some tap dancing and have fun with his old friends. Not being creepy at all with it. He just looks like a nice, friendly gentleman who just wants to tap dance with his cane and have fun. Why couldn't Mr. Mime be like this? I don't mind Galerion Mr. Mime. It's just the original one I have a problem with. I'm not keen. I don't love Galerion Mr. Mime, but I definitely like it better than the Cantonian one. But yeah, Mr. Rhyme is cool. I was trying to work on an animation of Mr. Rhyme at one point, because of Procreate deciding to crash all of a sudden, and me restarting the program, I just lost a load of work I was working on, and that included the animation. I mean, maybe I'll come back to it sometime, but kind of put me off that. But yes, Mr. Rhyme is cool. Pun not intended. It is an ice type, but who cares? Runerigus. Now this is the evolution of Galarian Yamask, and it's kind of cool. I do prefer Cofagrigus, but I also can appreciate Runerigus' design, as it's based off ruins and stuff. Yeah, it's definitely a different idea they had there. I do really like it, just not as much as Cofagrigus. Milcery is kind of cute. Alcremie. Now, I used an Alcremie on my team, and I think Alcremie is absolutely adorable. I love Alcremie. It has many different forms, all of which are very, very adorably cute. Alcremie I used was Rainbow Swirl, with strawberries in its hair bits, and it was absolutely adorable. I just loved it. It wasn't the strongest member of my team by a long shot, but I loved using it. It was just so fun to use. It was just so pretty. I didn't think that the developers could make whipped cream look so adorable, but they did, and I love it. Though I kind of wish they could give Alcremie a better shiny form. It's just literally it literally just goes grey when it's shiny, which is kind of sad because it has all these things. Because it has all these colours it can go to depending on what you do, and its shiny is just grey. It's weird. Phalanx. Phalanx, the first time I saw Phalanx, I just thought it looked really weird. I know they're supposed to be little soldier things that are all connected to each other, but they are. Now I think they're kind of cute, but I still kind of think they're very weird. I don't hate it, but it's just a bit odd to me. If it's supposed to be one Pokemon, why can't it just separate? It's just a bit odd. I just think it looks very odd, but kind of cool at the same time. Not my favourite Pokemon though. Maybe it should have the bug typing as well. Pincurchin. Pincurchin's one of those Pokemon like Pyukumuku that I kind of forget exists, and also it isn't particularly strong like Pyukumuku. It's kind of cute. It's just a bit boring for me. Snom. Praise Lord Snom. Yeah, Snom is very, very cute. I like Snom. It's just so adorable. I love it. It's amazing. Genius design. Frostmoth. Frostmoth is very, very beautiful and adorable, and it looks so elegant. I haven't used one on my team, but I love it. It's nice. It's a nicely designed Pokemon, I think. Stonjourner. It does look rather derpy and kind of cartoony, but I do really like Stonjourner. I think it's supposed to be based off Stonehenge, but yeah, I really like it. Ice Cube. Yeah, this is a kind of a weird Pokemon, not gonna lie, but I do like it, and I don't know why. The head is not very well proportioned to the rest of the body, in the no ice form, but, you know, I still love it. I mean, it is kind of cute. I mean, it's a penguin. I mean, who doesn't like penguins? Penguins are awesome. I love penguins. I've actually had a go at drawing Ice Cube, and it was a lot of fun to draw. Love drawing it. And that's made me love it even more. I like how it's got an ability very similar to Mimikyu's, where its Ice Face protects it from being hit, and then it'll go into no Ice Face. But yeah, I like Ice Cube. Indeedee. Indeedee kind of reminds me of the Meowstic line a little bit, due to the fact that the male and female have gender differences. A bit more subtle on Indeedee, but nevertheless they're there. And they're both psychic type as well. I don't like them as much as the Meowstic line, and they're a bit plain in comparison to the line, but I do still like them. They still are kind of cute to me. Morpeko. Morpeko is cute. Yes, it's another Pikachu clone. I don't care. It's very cute. I like Morpeko. I like its full belly mode more than its hangry mode. But both forms are still kind of cute. I think it's interesting how it changes form every turn. It might get a bit annoying to some people, but I think it's kind of cute. Cufant. Cufant is very, very cute. I like it. It's an elephant as well. Who doesn't love elephants? Copperajah. Copperajah is alright. I don't mind it. I've encountered a shiny one before in a raid, but I couldn't capture it because the Pokeball opened. It was an Ultra Ball I think I used, and it ran away. Nothing worse than failing a shiny. Well, there are worse things, but in Pokemon there's very few things worse than losing a shiny. That was very sad for me. Not like overly really upsetting, the end of the world sad, but it was disappointing. But yeah, I still kind of like it. Yeah, I still like it. Okay, the fossils. Now, a lot of people don't like the fossils because they're weird looking. Some context to them. They're actually supposed to be weird looking because they're the result of archaeologists messing up, like thinking that a species existed when it really didn't, like putting the wrong head on the body of some other creature that actually existed. And yeah, so they're supposed to represent that, which I think is super interesting, really. So yeah, I'll go through each one. Dracozolt is kind of cute, I guess. I kind of like it. Arctozolt looks like it constantly has a cold, which is kind of sad, but it's not its fault. That's how it was resurrected, poor thing. Poor baby. Dracovic, very weird. Well, apparently it's very strong. Its move, Vicious Rend, is supposed to be really, really powerful. I don't mind it. I just can't believe Ash has one now. It's just so weird him having one. Arctovish. Arctovish is even more weird, not gonna lie, but I don't mind it. One thing I will say about these new fossils is it's good they're not just giving them the rock type like they did with previous fossils. Duralazon. Duralazon is kind of cool. I like Duralazon. Never used one, but it's very cool looking. Dreepy is kind of creepy looking, like it's got really starry eyes staring into your soul. Okay, that didn't have the same, that didn't have the effect I wanted. The light covered that part of my face. It will stare into your soul. Anyway, yes. Dreepy is still kind of cute though. I do still like it. I don't think I've seen the combination of Dragon and Ghost before the Dreepy line. And I think that combination is very cool. Dracloak. It has a Dreepy on its head, yes. It's alright. I kind of like it. Dracopult. Dracopult's supposed to be very good. And it shoots off Dreepies, which I think is kind of disturbing, not gonna lie. But it is very cool looking. I really like it. Okay, Zasian and Zamazanta. Right. I personally like Zasian more than Zamazanta. Just personal preference. Though I do think that Zamazanta represents being a shield more than Zasian does. But that's just me. Zasian. Loved Zasian's design. It looks very, very regal and cool looking. In its crowned sword form. It looks so badass. The hero of many battles form. It's a cool doggo. I like it. Zamazanta looks very cool in its crowned shield form. I like it. And Zamazanta's hero's form. It's alright. It still looks kind of cool. Okay, Eternitus. Eternitus is very cool looking. Very skeletal, I would say. Not my favourite legendary, but it's pretty cool. I do like it. Eternamax Eternitus. Eternamax Eternitus is actually impossible to get, but it has the highest base stat total of all Pokemon as of now, as of this date of this video. It does. Which is probably why I didn't want to give it to people, because it's so OP. Overpowered. It kind of reminds me of like aliens and stuff. I don't know why. It just gives off that vibe, even though it's Poison Dragon. It's kind of weird looking, not gonna lie. It's kind of hard to see all of it because it's so big. So yeah, it's alright. Pokemon. Now we're going on to some of the Isle of Armor Pokemon. Like I said, I don't have a clue about the DLC or the Isle of Armor because I didn't buy it. But I'm just going to judge these basically just on aesthetic appeal alone and not my own experience. So here we go. Kubfu. Kubfu looks very cute. I like its design. Very simple but cute. It kind of gives me a Pancham vibe. Looks like a different kind of bear to a panda. I like it. Urshifu. Single strike style. It looks quite cool. It looks very tough and powerful. I like it. Urshifu's rapid strike style. It doesn't look that different to the other one, if I'm being honest. I don't dislike it though. It's alright. Zarude. It looks very menacing. Its eyes indicate to me that it's not getting very much sleep. It's kind of cool. Reggie Draco. I don't understand why they had to make more Reggies, but they did, and that's that. Regieleki is alright, I guess. It's just a Reggie head with electricity coming from it. Reggie Draco is just a Reggie head thing with a dragon head attached to it with spiky arm things coming off it. It's alright. I prefer the other Reggies, personally. Now, forgive me if I get any of these names wrong. I never actually have to say them out loud. Glastria. Is that right? It looks quite cool. Horses are cool. It looks a bit like a unicorn. I love all the ice on it. Spectia, which is a ghost type. Kind of cool looking. Horses are cool. I like it a bit more than Glastria, but that's just me. Calyrex. Rex just looks like a deer thing with a thing with a deer head with a weird green bulbous thing on top of its head and little leg things. It's a bit weird to me. Calyrex Ice Rider, whatever that is, it is essentially Calyrex with on top of a Glacier. Yeah, it's just what I said it is. It's just weird, but also there just seems to have been a wing added, which is kind of cool. And Shadow Rider. Oh, they've got a Shadow Rider, which is essentially Spectria and Calyrex. Yeah, it's just it riding on the horse, just it riding on Spectria. It's just, yeah, it's alright, I guess. I like it a bit more than the other one. Gigantamax Venusaur. It's kind of weird how the flower completely covers its whole face, but it's okay. Charizard. Gigantamax Charizard. It doesn't really need a Gigantamax form, to be quite honest, but it is pretty cool. I love how big the flames get on its body. It looks very intimidating. I like it. Gigantamax Blastoise. I love how fearsome it looks. It looks a lot better than Mega Blastoise. I like it. Gigantamax Butterfree. I love Gigantamax Butterfree. It is so adorable. Butterfree needed this. It really did. I love how its wings have expanded. I love the turquoisey colour on the wings. It looks so good. Gigantamax Pikachu. I don't know whether any of you guys have seen Gigantamax Pikachu, but when it transforms, it always goes pee. Pee. Which stops me from taking it seriously at all. It's essentially what Pikachu used to look like before it was made to look slimmer. It's alright. Gigantamax Meowth is kind of weird, not gonna lie. I don't mind it, it's okay. Gigantamax Machamp is alright, I don't mind it, looks kinda cool. Gigantamax Gengar looks absolutely terrifying, but awesome at the same time. I also came across a shiny Gigantamax Gengar, which looks amazing, but failed it again. Max raids are so cruel to me. Gigantamax Kingler looks absolutely ridiculous in my opinion. I don't know why they had to add a beardy thing to it. It looks really ridiculous. Its arms and legs are really thin and pointy and I don't like it. Gigantamax Lapras looks really cool. I love it. Gigantamax Eevee is adorable. It looks even more like a cute ball of floof. I just love it. Gigantamax Snorlax is kind of interesting, I have to say. It's kind of weird how it has a tree growing off it, but I kind of like it. Gigantamax Garbodor. I think it kind of suits Garbodor quite well because of it generally being like a pile of rubbish. It's made it look even more rubbishy. It's definitely suitable for what it is. Gigantamax Melmetal is essentially Melmetal getting thinner. That's what it looks like to me. It's okay. Gigantamax Rillaboom. It's interesting. It's alright. I like how the drum kit gets bigger. and it gets smaller. Or maybe that's just a perception thing. Maybe it's exactly the same size, but its drum's just increased. Cinderace. Gigantamax Cinderace looks very, very cool. I like it. Gigantamax Inteleon is interesting. Its Gigantamax form definitely meets its design of being like a spy that like has a gun. I don't think it's particularly kid friendly, but it's definitely suiting. Yeah, definitely suits Inteleon that. Gigantamax Corvonite. I love how its wings get bigger. I do really like Gigantamax Corvonite. It's a bit of a tongue twister. Gigantamax Orbeetle. Yeah, I came across a Gigantamax Orbeetle more than once. I'm sure I found a shiny one. I can't remember whether I actually managed to catch it, but knowing my luck, I probably didn't. It's alright. It looks a bit like a UFO, which is a very interesting design choice. I kinda like it. Gigantamax Dreadnought. It's quite cool. Kinda like it. Gigantamax Colossal, or Colossal, however you pronounce it, looks more terrifying than General Colossal. It's alright. Flapple and Appleton have exactly the same Gigantamax form. I just think that's incredibly weird and it makes no sense. They look like Flapple. Both of them do. They could have done something different with Appletons. Come on. It's just... it's stupid. Gigantamax Sandaconda. Kinda weird, not gonna lie. I just think it looks very odd. Kinda cool, but very odd. Gigantamax Toxtricity. It looks awesome. It looks so amazing. I just love it. I love how they've combined both Toxtricity forms and made the spikes on the back of it a combination of yellow and blue. It looks really good. I love its pose as well. Gigantamax Centiskorch. Gigantamax Centiskorch is awesome. It just looks so cool. Gigantamax Hatterene. It doesn't really look that different from regular Hatterene, if I'm perfectly honest, in my own opinion. But it's alright. I don't mind it. Gigantamax Grimmsnarl. I kind of like Gigantamax Grimmsnarl a little bit more than regular Grimmsnarl, though I don't love it, but it's alright. I don't mind it. Gigantamax Alcremie, or Alcremie. I'm probably pronounced its name wrong. I'm really sorry, guys. It's a cake. You gotta love cake. I love it. It's so cute. You almost want to eat it, but you shouldn't, obviously, because it's a Pokemon and it's a form. I mean, it is kind of weird, it being cake and all that, but it's whipped cream and it turned into cake. It's awesome. I love it. Copperajah. Gigantamax Copperajah. It's okay. Its trunk just got huge. And obviously it got big, but its trunk got absolutely huge. It just looks uncomfortable for it, to be quite honest. Duralazon. Gigantamax Duralazon. It's like a skyscraper, basically. Very unique design choice, I think. Very interesting. Okay. Gigantamax Urshifu, both forms. Both forms are very cool. I love their poses. They don't look too different from their regular forms, but they do look way more epic. I do like rapid strike styles Gigantamax form more, but that's just me, my own personal preferences. But yeah, they're both alright. So that's it for me. And I'll see you in maybe a future video.